Obviously, as the investigation unfolded, did you have people take pictures of the location?
Our crime scene came out and photographed and processed the scene.
All right, and in this photograph here, as part of the presentation, are these essentially how the cars were there when you arrived on scene?
When I arrived on scene, that's how they were, yes.
And would this essentially be called the final resting of the vehicles?
Correct. That's what we call final arrest, yes.
Okay, and obviously on the left, we see that was the Ford Mustang driven by Cameron Heyrin, correct?
Correct.
And on the right was that, what was described as the gold Nissan Altima.
Correct.
And then the next photo here is this just showing a different angle looking north up Bayshore where you can see the stroller off in the distance ahead of the Mustang.
Correct.
Now this next photograph here, that would be, for the record, just a photograph up close of the Mustang where there's damage on the driver's side portion of that vehicle. Did you, in your investigation, determine, in fact, what you believe to be what had caused that damage there at that location?
Would be the impact with the victims.
Okay, and was it also impact with the stroller that was carrying Lilia, the
Correct.
child?
Correct.
And then the next slide, did you further just document a close-up just showing the damage, showing the strike? Was that picture consistent with the strike with both victims being there on the left driver's side of the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. And then in the next picture, did you document that there was some damage to the vehicle there in the passenger bottom portion of the window, indicating where the victim had struck the windshield?
Correct.
And then in the last photograph here, is that a photograph of the stroller, just documenting the damage?
Yes, that was a stroller, would have been when we arrived.
And was that damage, did you at some point verify that that damage was consistent with that damage there on the driver's side front portion of that
Yes,
Ford Mustang?
You can line the stroller up with the Mustang, and you can see how it fits in there perfectly.
In this next slide, at some point, did you observe video surveillance that was retrieved that was taken right near where the crash had occurred?
Yes, I did.
All right, and then did someone from Tampa Police Department eventually try to enhance or zoom in on that portion that we're seeing there in between the trees?
I did. One of our forensic techs.
All right, and if you can just describe to us, before I play it, essentially kind of what we're going to be looking for here before I play this video.
And that would be looking kind of southeast on Bayshore. So northbound lanes are going to be, where your green boxes, you're going to see, that's after the crash. Come through that green box area there, and the two cars will.
All right, so what we're seeing there as far as like the reference point of that gazebo, just beyond that gazebo across the street through those trees, is that essentially where the impact had occurred?
Yes.
And the bottom portion of that video that's enhanced showing in between those two trees, is that where we'll see the two vehicles come through and pass through prior to the collision?
Yes.
I'll go ahead and play this at this time. Now what we just saw it there, I'll play it again, but I just paused it there. Is that first vehicle that we see in that bottom enhanced portion, is that the Ford Mustang just prior to the collision?
It is.
And then, I couldn't stop it, but let me play it again, but the vehicle that we see right behind him, is that the Nissan Altima?